Good evening, welcome to the channel. My name is Yvonne and I'm recording to you from Perth, Western Australia. We have a series of videos talking about mind, body and soul. And this is the second one about mind as well. And I hope you enjoy it and let's get on with it. A couple of days ago, I was listening to a podcast from Spain with a very nice young woman explaining that we are nowadays inundated with podcasts, YouTube videos, articles, interviews regarding the past and how we, after 60 especially, we should leave behind the past and concentrate on living the present because we have less and less time to live as we grow older. But at the same time, she said that it was so nice and so important also to revisit the past, your memories, whatever you can bring back to life in your mind that brings a smile and a sense of joy at remembering episodes, events, with special people where there was laughter and some situations might have even been funny and bring back to memory the good laughs we share with others. And I agree with her. I think it's so important to do that, and in fact it's something that I do quite often, particularly on special dates, birthdays, anniversaries. I remember the person and my memory starts, playing this fantastic array of memories, and fortunately, good ones. And it made me think of my father a lot because he's the man that I have admired most in my life for many reasons. And I remember being only 4 years old at the beach. We used to go every weekend and on holidays to the beach where he was renting a house permanently. And he took me in his arms. I was only 4 years old. And he said to me that he was going to show me how to ride the waves in the ocean. So here I was. And as we were went into the sea, he said to me, well, this is how you're going to hold your breath and be ready. And we went under this big wave. Well, maybe it was big for me because I was so little. But it was fantastic. I remember coming out on the other side of the wave, surprised and elated at what we had done. It was my first time really into the ocean. And how secure I felt with, in my father's arms, and how much fun we had. And we repeated this dozens of times, because I just loved it. As I grew up, of course, by the age of 5, 6, he would not carry me in his arms anymore. He would just hold my hand and we would walk together into the ocean. And I remember loving this, and to this day, now that I am past 70 years of age, I still love the ocean so much, and I inherited that love from him. And it brings back a lot of smiles and warm thoughts and feelings about him, and being able to have the experience, the special moment. He was special, the moment was special. So it is for me, a lot of pleasure. It gives me a lot of pleasure to remember these things. And then eventually, of course, you grow, years passed. I went to school, then it was the memories of friends at school and the discovery and the challenges and, a very interesting stage of my life in primary school. And then I went to high school and university, and then by that time I was already almost 18 years old. And and I had several groups of friends. I landed my first job at a private university, and I had a group of friends, very exquisite friends. At work, we got along very well, and I have, a trove of memories about the times we spent together, going to the theater, going to have a coffee, going shopping in the trendy shopping centers of the time, and then the family around us, my family meals, family outings. We were big card game players. We loved it, and sometimes we would start either at my grandmother's house or my aunt's house or any of the other uncles and aunts' houses, starting around 4 one Saturday, and it would be midnight, and we would still be sitting at the table playing. But the joy and the jokes and the delicious food that kept coming out of the kitchen, and the drinks, and the losers and the winners in the game, and everything was just simple joy all the time. So for me to awaken those memories and bring them back really, really makes me smile a lot and even laugh out loud sometimes because of all the things that happened and the things that I can remember. And the people around me, family and friends, absolutely delightful. So those experiences, yes, they're worth coming, bringing them back and awakening that. And I tend to do that when I'm relax, when I have some space in my time during any day to just relax and enjoy reminiscing. I just love it. So we have after that, of course, you keep accumulating memories, sometimes unknowingly. It is later on when you start recalling the past that you realize how much fun, how lovely things were. When I got married, the excitement and the anticipation of marriage and all the preparations. Then going to live overseas, another adventure with lovely people, cultures completely different to mine. But everything was very positive all the time. And then, of course, came the loveliest forever memory of all, and it was the birth of my son and my daughter. And the amount of endless, boundless love that you can feel, it was absolutely the best gift that I have received in my life. So every time I recall that, my daughter is now 46 years old, and she loves hearing some of the stories from the time she was a baby and the time she was a toddler and went to school and all these things, because there was a lot of laughter and a lot of happy moments, and everything was easy. We had really an easy life in that aspect. I am not to say that we didn't have sometimes very difficult times, 1, 2, or 3 tragedies along the way, and but looking back at all those special people and moments, sometimes I have to cry a little, but I don't cry out of resentment or anything like that. My tears are very soft, and it is because I miss the people that I share those moments with. And I think that I feel very grateful in my heart to have had those moments and the opportunity to really enjoy them at the time. And now I can still enjoy them, in the memory of them. So I would say that, don't be afraid to bring back those thoughts and to bring back alive in your mind the people that you love so much, people you may have lost and you'll never see again, but they left something good. And people who maybe you haven't seen again for the rest of your life in years, and they're still alive and here with you. But there was a moment or an occasion that you share with them that is worth remembering. So yes, I would say do that as often as you can, because any thoughts from the past that bring a smile to your face and lighten your heart are worth it. Now, having said that as well, I turn around the coin, and yes, there are thoughts from the past that can be very sad for one reason or another. And I know of some people who have gone through trauma and great tragedies, being because they lost a child or they went through climatic conditions that destroyed their homes forever and they had to move out, people who got divorced, anything like that. But in every tragedy teaches you a lot about yourself, and the fact that you're still here means that there must have been a reason for that, and we have to learn how to expect or even avoid it happening again. But there are lessons to learn from every bad moment as well. So I'm not saying that you should concentrate on thinking and bringing back memories that make you really sad. Remember that, as we have discussed before in my past video, whatever goes through your mind affects your body and your soul. So the happy moments, the happy memories, of course, will make you feel light and easy and, zero stress, zero anxiety or depression or sadness. And eventually that stimulates your body to be more energetic and going. Another thing that I do quite often is, I mean once a month maybe, in one of those relaxed days, afternoons or moments, is to browse through my photo albums. And I know youngsters today will frown at me and say, "What are you talking about?" Because every picture they can take, every video they can film is in their telephones. But I cannot get used to that. There's nothing for me more enjoyable than opening an album, browsing through the photos, and reminiscing and remembering. And in the days when my children were young, small and young, until probably university days, past teenagehood, I lived with my camera, my photo camera, in my purse, exactly as my wallet. I would not go anywhere without my camera, and I was always taking photos of every moment, of every person, of every place. And it's just for me a lovely time to sit and browse and pass the pages and look at the photos. Sometimes I do that with my daughter, and she laughs when she sees herself so little, and I tell her some funny stories about those particular moments that I photographed. So it is another enjoyable way to keep your mind memorizing in a positive way, making you feel that it is, you have an archive in your brain that is there for you to enjoy, and you can pull it out anytime you want and put it away again when you're done. But there are definitely memories in my past, very happy ones, that I would not like to forget. I would pray and hope that I will not forget that. I will not forget the people, the places, the experiences, the excitement, the joy, the ups and downs, because it keeps my mind in a place where everything is looked at in a positive way. And I think that's a very healthy way to exercise your mind now and then. So I'll leave you with that. I invite you to reminisce on your own past, the good things, to look at your albums, look at your photos, and if you have them all on the phone, try to pick the very good ones and print them and put them on paper and keep them in a nice album or in a nice scrapbook if you want to, because it is worth it. It is worth it. Also something that you can leave your children and your grandchildren eventually with some stories to tell. So I'll leave you for now, and I hope you enjoy that trip into the past, into memories. And I will see you in the next video. We will continue the series Mind, Body, and Soul. And next time, I think we're going to jump into the body and see what we can find and what we can talk about. Lots of things, especially for those after 60 years of age. Have a very good evening from Perth. It's probably good morning on the other side of the planet. I wish you all the very best, and I look forward to seeing you here. Bye for now.